What's going on, Destiny players? Matt from the Outer Rim here, bringing you a special edition of our Thursday Night Kessel Run featuring Kingwood Hobbies out of the Houston area. I purchased one of their $10 Build-A-Decks last week, and this is the first time I'm opening it. The only say I had in this deck was the character pairing of Luce, Nightbrother, and Commando. I chose Nightbrother as a primary focus of it because he sees hardly any action right now. And with it being the last week before Convergence, I wanted to play something a little bit different and try this $10 Build-A-Deck preference out. And I'll go ahead and say it was amazing. Not only does he provide good shipping, provides a deck box. Pretty cool. As you can see, the cards are sleeved. He does provide tokens. One thing I would say is that there probably should be a couple more tokens. I did run out of resource tokens one round. But besides that, everything else is great. Look at the quality on the card sleeves. The character pairing in the battlefields were all on those Jabba the Hutt card sleeves, and the rest were in the reds. So we'll go ahead and go over the character pairings real fast. Trey and those guys were actually nice enough to add in a Kessel and an extra Donderbus for us. In case I changed my mind about the character pairings, I went ahead and stayed with Luce. I could have swapped Luce out for Kessel, but I wanted to have a 4-die start. So the only say I had in this deck was the character pairing. Everything else from this point out, as far as events, upgrades, and supports, are all in the battlefield, were all chosen by Trey and those guys over at Kingwood. So big shout out to them. As you're about to see, this deck for $10 plus shipping is an absolutely amazing deal. You're going to see plenty of upgrades. You're going to see an event package that's very solid. You're going to see a couple of spicy supports in here as well. So right now we're going over the event package. We've got 2 at odds, 2 conflicteds. There's 2 flanks. We'll have 2 misleads. I have 2 nature's charms. Apologize for the glare there. We do get that fixed when the game starts. Well, let's count the dice real fast while I'm going over the event package here. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. You have 17 dice. Now, minus 1 for Kessel. That's 16 dice. For a $10 complete package, that's hard to beat. Very hard to beat. The only thing I would say about this deck, as a constructed deck, is Relinquish was a little iffy of a card choice. I can understand it because it allows you to move the upgrades around a little bit. And the Artcaster, I never played it, so maybe I probably would have cut that. You'll see why the Artcaster's in there in a minute if you're wondering why there's an upgrade for a vehicle mod. But overall, look at the mitigation package here is solid. It fits in well with the synergy of the deck. We've got great upgrades. Kenobites, 2 Donderbus, 2 energy bows you'll see. So we had plenty of dice to be able to get into the pool and make this deck competitive. The deck ended up going 2-1 on the night. The one game you'll see shortly will actually be the one game I lost, and it was a very close game. Well played by Melvin. So we have 2 underhanded tactics, a hidden blaster. We'll have 2 Verpine snipers, and the last card you'll see coming shortly will be the X-34 land speeders. Those are the super spicy cards in the deck that allow me to re-roll dice. Did have a meditation chamber in there, so having uncommons in this deck for, once again, $10, I cannot stress how amazing this deal was. He also provided a couple extra card sleeves, as you'll see over there on the left-hand side. So that's the deck we ran tonight. What you're about to see shortly is Game 1 of our Thursday Night Kessel Run series. We're going to go ahead and count our cards real fast. The card we took out, there's 31 on the table. We took out Val Vengeance. I probably would have put it back in and taken out Relinquish. I just kept Relinquish because I really wasn't thinking, and this was the first time I'd ever seen the deck, so I decided I would just keep it. As we shuffle this up, the game you're about to see will be Zeb Yoda versus this deck. And here we go. Alright, this is round 1 of the Thursday Night Kessel Run edition. This is the last Thursday Night Kessel Run before Convergence. Melvin will be on the right playing Zeb and Yoda with Theed Royal Palace. Matt, once again, will be playing the Luce, Mando Commando, Nightbrother combo. Looks like they tied on the roll-off, so they'll roll off again. Melvin wins. He'll take Theed. Matt will get the 2 shields. Puts 1 on Lucy and 1 on the Mando. And we'll get started. Melvin will power action to gain a resource. He has no neutral character, so no additional action. Matt will pay 2. Power action to Mando Commando to play the Donderbus. That also allows him to roll it in, and it has redeploy. So we got a disrupt on the Donderbus and a blank on the Commando. Melvin's going to pay 2 for an energy pike. Special on that is to deal damage to a character or an opponent equal to the amount of resources you have. So if he resolved that right now, it'd be for 1 resource, and it's only up to a maximum of 3. Matt will roll out the Nightbrother. He rolls a 2 melee. Nightbrother doesn't see much action in the across the galaxy meta currently. Who knows? Maybe with a decent character pairing and Convergence, he'll see some more action. His card ability is not the greatest, I will say that. So Melvin will play Pacify. That gives Nightbrother 2 shields. Lucy will roll out a 1 indirect and a 1 indirect. So already Matt is up to 32 health, including shields. Melvin will roll out Yoda. Hits a special on Yoda, 2 focus and a blank on the energy pike. Matt's going to use the Lucy action to discard the land speeder to re-roll the special on Yoda. It's a 1 shield. Here comes Zeb. Get a blank and a 3 melee with a 1 pay side. He does have a resource for that. Matt will disrupt that resource. Melvin's going to 2 focus here to the special on Yoda. Looks like he's going to focus Zeb to the 2 melee side. Matt's gonna use the action on Lucy to discard Mislead to re-roll. Rerolls a 3 melee to a 1 resource. Be Melvin's turn here. He can start a special chaining if he wants. He doesn't have any resources, so he might want to go ahead and take the resource on Zeb to help do extra damage. Melvin's going to pop 2 into Lucy. Puts her at 7 health remaining. Man, I'll discard the Arccaster. Reroll everything. Get a discard, a blank, and a shield. Melvin's got a well-connected in hand. Melvin's going to go ahead and take the resource. Matt will discard the Verpine Sniper Rifle. Reroll. Hit some range and a blank. It's 4 damage showing. We know Melvin has a well connected. Don't know if he has any other mitigation in hand or not. More than likely we'll probably see a special chain. Gain a resource and then deal the 2 off the energy pike into Luce. Lucy. So Melvin does take the resource. He'll definitely flip that over to the special. Yep, and deal 2. Put Lucy at 5 health remaining. That'll shoot Zeb for 4. It's going to put him at 5 health, 5 damage. Matt has no cards in hand, so that blank's going to stay on the table for the commando. Melvin will claim. Matt will pass, and we're off to round 2. Melvin will start with 4 resources this round. Matt will start off with 2. So for Matt right now, the Nightbrother has 13 effective health. Lucy's at 5 health. The Commando's at 10 health. So still 28 health for Melvin to chew through here. Zeb's at 7 health remaining, and Yoda's still fully healthy at 10. There's a power action. Melvin's up to 5 resources now. That's going to pay 1 for an underhanded tactics. Now that's an ability, so he cannot do a power action on that. He does want to Melvin, but he's going to recognize that. He sees that it's an ability. Looks like Matt's going to try to take the action back. This is just casual tournament setting. Nothing serious. He's going to swap it out for the energy bow instead. That will do 1 to Zeb from the power action because it's a weapon. It cannot be an ability you play on the command. It has to be a weapon or a piece of equipment. Zeb's down to 6 health remaining now. Melvin will pay 3 for Force Wave. Be very effective against Matt's deck. Be able to do 6 damage with the special. Matt's going to roll out the commando. It's a 1 range, a +2, and a blank. Melvin still has 2 resources to be able to play any kind of mitigation. Hidden motive, he's going to call range on that more than likely. Rolls a blank, so he'll stay in the pool. That's going to discard early to reroll. More than likely, he's got some kind of mitigation in hand, something like a flank, something to remove a die. He rerolls into a disrupt and a resource, or a shield on the commando, excuse me. Melvin will roll out Yoda with a 2 focus, a blank, a special, and a resource. So he will be able to start the special chain with the Yoda special on the field. Yep, and there's the flank play. So he'll remove one of Yoda's dies to remove the special. All right. Zeb rolls out and hits resource on both dice. Matt immediately rolls out Lucy, who rolls a discard and a 1 indirect. Looks like a do or do not for Melvin. He can re-roll a dice. He can then resolve it for 1. If he cannot resolve it, he has to remove it. Alright, and there's a 2 melee. That'll turn into 3. Puts that straight into Luce. Down to 2 health remaining now. Man's going to go ahead and discard a card from Melvin's hand. Okay, so he gets rid of a Beguile. So Melvin's down to 1 card left. And it's a Dex's Diner. He'll pay the 1 for that. He does have another resource to pay to heal. Matt will roll the Nightbrother out. Rolls a blank. Melvin still has that Yoda 2 focus out. He can focus and try to put some pressure on Matt. He's going to go ahead and take a resource. So he's up to 2 now. Matt's going to disrupt. So he's either going to have to use the 1 to deal the Force Wave and not be able to use Dex's Diner. Or he can save the resource and pay for Dex's Diner and heal 2 off of Zeb. If he focuses the energy pike to the special, that's only going to be 1 damage because he only has 1 resource. Okay, Melvin decides to take the resource on Force Wave. Interesting choice. He will definitely wants to use Dex's Diner. He wants to make sure he can get the energy pike damage to try and knock out Luce this round. There's a discard to reroll from Matt. There's a 1 shield, a 2 range, and a disrupt. There's 4 damage. Matt looks like he's got 1 card left in hand. Once again, if it is an odd, he can try to re-roll that energy pike dice. Melvin focuses it to the special. So Matt's interesting choice here. Matt's going to disrupt. That'll force Melvin to only deal 1. That'll keep Luce alive for the round. And then he'll discard an underhanded tactics to re-roll and hits another range. Melvin will pay 1 to heal 2 because Zeb is at 6 damage. Put Zeb back down to 4, but he's about to have 5 come back his way. There's 5. So Matt was able to keep Luce alive for 1 more round. Melvin will claim. Zeb's at 3 health remaining, but he has Dex's Diner out, so he'll be able to heal 2. Each player has 2 resources to start this round. Alright, so Melvin's going to pay his 2, put down another energy pike. He definitely has Yoda clearly loaded up pretty well. Luce rolls out with a 1 range and a 1 indirect. Melvin has no money to pay for the Dex's Diner right now. Okay, so he'll power action, gain the resource. That's going to go ahead and roll out the Nightbrother. Nightbrother rolls a 1 melee. Melvin's going to roll out Zeb. Zeb rolls out a 3 melee with a 1 cost and a resource. So he can pay to do the 3. So he has lethal on Lucy. Matt's going to go ahead and resolve the 1 range into Zeb. That's going to leave Melvin with the option of either paying the 1 to resolve the 3 and kill Lucy or putting it into another character. I think if you're Matt, you're okay with the 3 into Lucy because that's overkill. You only have 1 indirect damage showing. That's going to obviously go to Yoda, so that's not a big deal. So Melvin does choose to pay the 1 to kill Lucy. But he no longer has the resource for Dex's Diner. So there's 1 from the Nightbrother. Matthew probably has a weapon in hand to power action to kill Zeb. Would not be shocked if Melvin goes ahead and resolves for the resource. That'll help him with the energy pikes. And also help him with Dex's Diner for Yoda. Looks like Melvin has another do or do not. He indeed does. So he'll reroll that Zeb die. Rolls a resource, so that'll be 2 resources. That'll definitely help Melvin with the energy pikes and on the force wave. And there's 2 for the hidden blaster. That's going to kill Zeb with ambush. Matt will be able to roll out the commando. Commando rolls a 1 range, a disrupt, a resource, and a resource. Yoda still has yet to roll out. Yoda rolls quite a few specials. Get a special on the force wave, special on energy pike, special on Yoda, a resource, and a discard. So he's got some chance to do some solid damage here. He has a resource to pay for the force wave. Unfortunately for him, that one damage will come back and have to be put on Yoda, though. But paying 5 for 1 is not terrible. So Matt's going to Nature's Charm to reroll the Yoda special and the force wave special. Goes into a resource on the force wave and a 2 focus on Yoda. Lucy's ability no longer comes into play because she's dead, so Matt can't discard any odd numbers to have him reroll. Melvin's going to go ahead and resolve for 2. 1 will come off the shield, so that'll be 1 damage to the commando. 8 health remaining. Matt will discard his meditation chamber and reroll and hit some damage. There's a +2, a +2, and a resource. That's 5. So Melvin's got a hidden motive, calling range on the commando. Mando hits a shield, so that'll stay in play. Looks like Matt has 2 cards left. Definitely going to probably see a discard to reroll here. Yep, so he discards the Kennel Bite to reroll the 2 non-damage sides. Ooh, nice. It's a 1 range on the Commando and a +2 on the Energy Bow. That's 7. Melvin's definitely got something for it. So he's going to pacify and give the Commando 2 shields. Melvin got a good draw there that turn with low-cost mitigation to help him. There's a resource, and a resource. So it originally turned into 5 to 7 damage. It's now going to turn into nothing. Well played there by Melvin. So Melvin will focus to a Yoda special and a Force Wave special. Matt will just go ahead and take the 3 resources. Going to get some Yoda special chaining. So we're about to see 3 damage. 3 damage to the Commando. And then 2 to the Nightbrother. And then 1 will come on to Yoda. And then with the Yoda special, he'll flip and deal 3 to the Commando. The Commando now at 4 health remaining. Matt's going to go ahead and claim the battlefield. Melvin will probably, he's got 3 resources. He might as well go ahead and pay 1 to heal the 1 damage. And he does. Hitting that Beguile instead of the Dex's Diner really is going to hurt Matthew long term in this game. If he'd have been able to discard the Dex's Diner, this might be going a little bit differently. But he does have a fully loaded Mando Commando. He's got 1 redeploy weapon on him right now. And he still has a Nightbrother at full health. The Nightbrother does not have great damage sides, but can chew through if need be. So Matt's going to pay 2 to overwrite the Energy Bow for the Kennel Bite. That has redeploy and does have the power action to deal 1 to Yoda. Melvin having 4 money right now. He's going to be able to pretty much do what he wants to. He has 3 weapons already on Yoda. Yoda's going to roll a blank, a disrupt, a 2 indirect on the Force Wave, a discard, and a shield. It's probably the worst roll Melvin could ask for, honestly. Here comes the Commando. Get a 1 range, a +2 range, special, and a melee on the Commando. So damage all the way around. Melvin will place down the alarm. There's a 1 range on the Commando and a resource and a resource. The Kennel Bite special is deal 2 damage to a hero character or deal 3 damage if it is a villain. So in this case, that'll be 2 to Yoda if he resolves it. Which he does. Puts Yoda at 3. He's got another sound the alarm in hand, looks like, for Melvin. Maybe an add odds also. Discards a treasured lightsaber. He's going to reroll everything, more than likely. He does. There's a special, a 2 melee, a disrupt, 2 indirect again, and a 1 melee. So Matt's going to pay 1 to triple threat. So he'll reroll both of Yoda's die and the Mando Commando. Rolls a melee on the Commando, disrupt, and a special on Yoda. He can turn a character die to any side, so he's going to just turn Yoda to the 2 disrupt. So he's basically going to force Melvin to either try to disrupt him with the Yodas or make him re-roll. Melvin will resolve the 3 from the energy pikes into the commando, so the only damage left is the force wave. That's going to take 1 resource here. Interesting play. I feel like he might try to... Yep, and there's the add odds to remove the 1 melee. Should have gone ahead and resolved the damage while you're at it. The commando can only give you 2 at the most. Or just discard to reroll everything. So Matthew's going to pay 2 to not overwrite, but to swap for the Donder bus. That has redeploy because it's yellow character only. So he has 3 redeploy weapons now. So even if the commando goes down this round, he's going to be able to roll all 3 of those dice back out. The energy bow needs to come off the field, though. That resource will not be resolvable. There's a discard of a treasured from Melvin to reroll Yoda. Gets a 2 focus, a blank, and a shield. Matt has 1 resource he can pay. So he's going to add odds the Yoda die. So Melvin will force focus into the special. He has a resource to pay for it, and he still has a resource for Dex's Diner. There goes the energy bow off the field. That's going to power action to gain a resource. So there's 1. Melvin's going to put 3 into the Nightbrother, 2 into the commando. So that'll kill the commando and redeploy everything, and then another into Yoda. We know Melvin still has a sound the alarm in hand. He has 2 resources left. One of those is dedicated for the Dex's Diner. Here comes the Nightbrother with a lot of range weapons. Get a blank, a disrupt, a resource, and a disrupt. It has 1 card left. So Matt's actually going to disrupt both of his dice. So that's going to keep him from being able to use Dex's Diner this round. So he's going to play Conflicted here. He hits a resource. That's going to give the Nightbrother 2 shields. Interesting choice there. I might would have gone for the just straight up discard or reroll. Maybe try to hit the damage on the Kennelbite. There'll still be 2 resources for Matt, so he'll have 4 to start the round. Melvin will claim, and we move to the next round. So Yoda has 6 health remaining. We'll have 4 resources with the Dex's Diner. Matt has 10 health remaining with 3 weapons. It'll be Melvin's turn. All right, Melvin's going to... Well, just thinking about it. Yeah, he wants to go ahead and roll out Yoda. Yoda hits a blank, a shield, a 2 melee, a discard, and a disrupt. That is That's a pretty rough roll there for Yoda. Normally you just want to at least see one special side. Pretty rough for Matt as well, though. He hits a 1 range on the Donderbus, a blank, and 2 resource sides. The problem with the weapons that Matt has is they're all small damage. So we get a 2 melee there into the Nightbrother that'll pop off the shields. Matt's probably going to need to get Yoda to 8 or 9 health. 8 or 9 damage, excuse me. Get a discard to reroll, get a 1 range, a shield, and a melee. So that's 3 damage showing on the field right now. Still not going to be nearly enough. Because Dex's Diner is going to heal 2 once it hits 6. That one will sound the alarm. It's a discard on the Nightbrother, a blank, and a 2 indirect on the Donderbus. Matt's reading the card effect of the Nightbrother. He could technically discard the top 2 cards of his deck to increase that discard value by 1. He's not going to, however. It looks like his deck is pretty low. There's a 2 indirect, so there's 6. And Melvin will go ahead and just do Dex's Diner. I'll put Yoda back down to 4. Matt will discard his Relinquish to reroll everything. There's a 2 indirect and 2 blanks. Be nice to hit a damage side on the Kennel Bite every now and then. Melvin's going to discard his other Force Wave to reroll. It's a Yoda special, a 1 melee, a 2 indirect, and a disrupt. So a special chaining here, he could hit the Nightbrother for 3 with the Energy Pike, and then hit him with 4 with the Force Wave. So 3 and 4, that would put him at 10. But he would also have to do 2 to himself. So we're going to get a reroll here of the Yoda special. He can pick 2 dice with Nature's Charm. He's going to pick the Kennel Bite, which has 3 damage sides. And he hits the special. It's a power action to gain a resource. So there's 2. Put Yoda back at 6. Melvin has 2 resources left. See a well connected in his hand. That's no good. Looks like he's got 3 cards remaining in hand. So he discards the Force Jump. Wants to reroll the 2 Yoda dice. It's double special. So Matt's going to pay it off to deal the 2 indirect back into Yoda. It's going to give Melvin 4 resources. Puts him in 8. Probably would have been better to just resolve one of the Yoda specials and then flip the Nightbrother die to a 2. He's got a Beguile in hand, but that would have removed a Yoda special. So reroll of the Donderbus. He hits a 2 indirect again. Looks like Matt has 1 card left in hand for the turn. He's just going to remove the Donderbus. Matt will discard the energy bow. And hits a blank. Yoda will stay alive 1 more turn. That's going to be big because he'll be able to use Dex's Diner early. So Melvin's going to start the special chain. He'll flip the energy pike to the 3. Or to the special, excuse me. He'll deal 3 to the Nightbrother. He'll take the second Yoda special to resolve for a shield and a resource. Matt will claim. Yoda's at 3 health remaining. But he does have Dex's Diner, so basically he's going to be 5 health remaining. See, looks like 2 forces with me's in Melvin's hand. It's going to be good for those ranged weapons. There's the Cannon Bite, hitting the 3 pay 1. Both the Donderbuses roll a 1 range. The Nightbrother rolling a blank. So that's technically lethal right there. Of course, we know Melvin has plenty of money, and he can... The force is with me to remove the 3, which will keep Yoda alive. And that's what Melvin does. He plays the forces with me to remove the Cenobite. I should go ahead and just resolve for the 2 here, but he's not. He's going to discard or re-roll. It's probably not a great play there. Even if he'd hit melee, it would have taken 2 actions. Yeah, because Melvin's just going to play his other forces with me and just remove dice. He's got enough money right now. His whole thing is just, I'm going to remove your dice and deal damage when I can roll out Yoda. Melvin's going to pay 1 to Dex's Diner. I mean, at this point, it doesn't really matter. He's got so many dice still to come out, and Matt at this point is just... There's a disrupt on the Nightbrother. So Melvin's going to overwrite Force Wave for a Verpine Sniper Rifle. Alright, so Matt discards a flank. It's disrupt on the Nightbrother again. Yoda rolls blanks on the energy pikes and a blank on the sniper rifle. But he does get a 2 focus and a disrupt. So he'll mislead the 2 focus. Matt only has 1 card left. There's an heirloom. Discard or reroll. Special on the energy pike. 1 melee, a 2 focus. And he had the wrong dice out, so he's re-rolling the sniper rifle rolls a resource now. Matt obviously has no mitigation. He only has one card in hand left. He needs to get rid of that focus. If he doesn't get rid of that focus, it's going to be over. So he'll add odds the energy pike, but that's still not going to be enough. Matt has no cards in hand. Melvin's going to go ahead and do the 3. He needs to just go ahead and just focus and do the specials because Matt had nothing else to do. There's a focus to a special, and that's going to wrap it up. Well played by Melvin. Good games to both guys. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel, guys, and we will see you on the next Outer Rim video.